Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Curtis Morella, the proud principal of Winslow Township High School, and I would like to welcome everyone to the 2021 Winslow Township High School Commencement Ceremony. At this time, would everyone please rise for the presentation of the colors and the singing of the national anthem, and please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. The national anthem is being sung by graduating senior Ludia Sorvita, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by graduating senior and senior class vice president Sunny Pupang.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose brush dry and bright star through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bones bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Lydia. And now I will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now you may all be seated.
Good evening, members of the board, administrators, family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. My name is Chevelle Higgs, and I'm Senate President. I'm truly honored today to have the opportunity to speak on behalf of a group of students this evening who, for the past 12 years, I've been proud to call my classmates, my teammates, and most importantly, my friends. For weeks, all I could muster were those first few sentences. I was lost. Honestly, after looking forward to this speech for so long, I kept pushing it off. I didn't want to face 4 years of friendship, memories, and laughter that molded me into who I am today. I didn't want to face the struggle of missing our last school year together, but I especially didn't want to face the fact that this was the end, the last page of our high school chapter. 13 years ago, our journey began as we each took our first steps onto a kindergarten bus, whether it was in Winslow or another town, with our parents standing at the front door, nervous and waving goodbye. Today, after those 13 years of memories, we finally take our last step off that bus or out of that car, and our parents are again standing at the front door, nervous, waving goodbye. But this time, it's because we each start a new journey towards our futures and leave behind a whole lifetime within the walls of this town, with each milestone not feeling that long ago. If you ask anyone here, I think they would tell you that it doesn't feel that long ago we traded our nursery rhyme books for SAT practice books, traded those multiplication flashcards for pre-calculus and calculus textbooks, traded our middle school insecurities for points of unique personal pride in high school. We did it is such an understatement considering what we went through this year. We went from learning in person surrounded by our peers and teachers to learning at home, which was a difficult experience in itself. We struggled with internet issues, the frustration of missing out on the true senior experience, and all while trying to figure out what our future would look like. All in all, the past 15 months made us grow up faster than we expected. In a couple of months, we'll be college students, members of the workforce, and adults. We all felt the pressure and the uncertainties and the fear of living on our own during these unprecedented times. But in the words of the late Kobe Bryant, everything negative, pressure, challenges is all an opportunity for me to rise. If there is one thing that we can learn from this year, is to realize what truly matters in life, how we choose to carry ourselves. We have felt the challenge of this pandemic, but our generation, the class of 2021, gets to decide how this ends. We have the opportunity to change the world, to rise up, and to make it our own. And well, after spending 12 years with all of you, I know our world is in great hands. To our administrators, thank you for teaching us what it means to be leaders, for teaching us that no one person is more important than another. To our teachers, thank you for dedicating every day to our betterment and our education, for making lessons interested not only out of the textbook, but teaching us how to think and form our own ideas. Thank you for never giving up when your connection gave up. Thank you for your patience with us during the day and staying up late to grade our papers and tests and write our important letters of recommendation, for taking genuine interest and concern in our lives, and not just in school, but out of school too, and for making what seemed impossible yesterday seem possible today. And to our parents and our families who have seen us at times when we wouldn't want anyone else to see us, who have been with us from those first breaths of life, from that first time riding a bike without training wheels. Thank you. Thank you for picking us up when we were down, for giving us pride and confidence in ourselves, for all the sacrifices you made in your own lives to get us to this point, for teaching us what love is, and for being our whole worlds. This is as much your graduation as it is ours. There isn't enough time in the day to thank you for all you have given us. Each of those blessings from our parents, our families, our teachers, and our administrators are what allowed us as a class for the past 13 years, despite our individual stories, despite our unique interests and hobbies, despite our different friends and friend groups, or what different sports or activities we participated in, allowed us to put our differences aside and to find similarities and to connect as one class. And that is especially impressive when we haven't seen each other in a long time. Since our first days together, when we took that first step onto that school bus, when we had those multiplication flashcards and nursery rhyme books, from our first steps in this town to in a few minutes, some of our last, we took factors that could have easily knocked us down and made them into the very fibers that compose resilience and dedication. The resilience that we have all shown is why the class of 2021 graduates are not only the envy of the world, but the hope for the future. The spotlight is on us. Remember that no matter what, this is our year. We can make it whatever we want. Every journey is different, and every journey is a chance to learn. Make this journey yours. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ms. Chevelle Higgs, Senate President. Thank you, Chevelle. At this time, I would like to acknowledge some of our distinguished guests who have joined us this evening in support of our graduating class. Today we have with us Winslow Township Council Committee members, Mr. Carlos Vascos, Mr. John Wilson, Mr. Charles Lepps, Miss Evelyn Levert, Mr. Raymond Watkins Jr., Mr. Robert Slomleski, and Chiselhurst Committeewoman, Ms. Pearl Lee. Also with us today, President of Chiselhurst Township Board of Education, Ms. Maria Littles. Winslow Township Fire Chief, Mr. Mark Rigberg. Winslow Township EMS Chief, Ms. Joyce Midori. And of course, with us today, the Mayor of Winslow Township, the Honorable Mayor Barry Wright. Also with us today, Winslow Township Board of Education President, Ms. Cheryl Pitts. Winslow Township Board of Education Vice President, Ms. Julie Peterson. Winslow Board of Education members, Mr. Larry Blake, Miss Lorraine Dredden, Miss Rita Martin, Miss Abina McClendon, Miss Cynthia Moore, Mr. John Shaw, and Miss Kelly Thomas. With us this evening, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. H. Major Poteet, Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Dorothy Carcamo, our Director of Human Resources, Mr. Dion Davis, our District Business Administrator, Ms. Tyra McCoy Boyle. Also with us this evening, Principal of Winslow Township School Number 1, Ms. Sharon Thomas Galloway. The Principal of School Number 2, Ms. Lori Kelly. Principal of School Number 3, Ms. Tamika Gilbert Floyd. The Principal of School Number 4, Ms. Sharisa Clement. The Principal of School Number 5, Dr. Nathan Carter. The Principal of School Number 6, Mr. Glenn Jackson. And of course, the Principal of Winslow Township Middle School, Ms. Stella Wanguma. Congratulatory remarks, Board of Education President, Ms. Cheryl.
As a team, and I think it's important that we stand together. Good evening, graduates. Welcome, family, friends, township, and local officials. I bring you greetings on behalf of the entire Winslow Township Board of Education. In my efforts to bring you a message that would be meaningful, I asked to meet with two of your leaders. So I sat with your class president, Ms. Story Brooke, and your Senate president, Ms. Chevelle Higgs. And not surprisingly, they wanted me to mention how this year was their senior year that made them grow up extremely fast. Your parents and your guardians, your teachers.
Salutatorian, Matthew Simmons. Matthew will be attending North Carolina State University and will major in mechanical engineering. Matthew.
Good evening. I would like to start by saying how ecstatic it makes me to see hundreds of people that I grew up with since my kindergarten days at School 1 now sitting in front of me prepared to complete one of life's biggest accomplishments, graduating high school. Back at the start of my junior year, I started becoming close friends with our valedictorian, Rachel, since we had almost identical schedules. That is when we started planning to finish first and second together in our class. And now here we are. I was content with finishing second because at the time, I thought that meant I could have a title without having to give a speech, until Schrapp and Morella approached me 2 weeks ago to inform me otherwise. Attaining the status of salutatorian means that I have acquired the second highest GPA in my graduating class. However, that 3-digit number only shows that I know how to read a unit circle or that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. What that GPA doesn't account for are the lessons I learned from growing up in an environment where everyone comes from different cultures, backgrounds, and religions. I've learned more from the people around me than I could have ever learned from just sitting in a classroom. In fact, the community that Winslow Township cultivates has even boosted my experience as a student. Growing up in Winslow Township, I had quickly realized that everyone had their own differences, which has made us all special in our own ways. We have all taken different paths in order to arrive here tonight at this special ceremony. The combination of a strong teaching staff and a diverse student body has not only helped me become a better scholar, but an even better member of society. When I go outside of Winslow Township and meet new people, one of their first questions are, what school do you go to? When I respond Winslow Township High School, they often show a face of disgust or disapproval, and this upsets me. Winslow has developed such an undeserved negative connotation to its name. What those people don't see is the sea of green sitting in front of me, full of young, educated men and women. What they don't see is our blue-collar work ethic in and out of the classroom. What they don't see are the amount of awards and accomplishments that we as a class and as individuals have attained over the years and show why we as a school district do not deserve this unwarranted reputation. Instead, these people should see the highlights of what makes our class and our school so special. For example, last month I was able to scroll through our class's Instagram page and smile at the amount of my friends and fellow classmates who are going to be striving for a higher education in the fall. And not just that, but some of the schools people have committed to are extremely impressive. And to my fellow classmates who are choosing to take your talents and knowledge straight to the workforce, I know that you will soar. We, the Winslow Township High School class of 2021, are going to become some of America's next top doctors, lawyers, engineers, construction workers, and law enforcement. The list can go on, and I'm extremely proud to say that I'm part of such an amazing group of people. One more quick thing. I'm going to miss our pep rallies. Winslow holds some of the best pep rallies in this area. We know we were always the best class, even though we got robbed of first place last year. Before I sit back in my seat and let tonight's proceedings continue, I would like to say a few thank yous to the people that have got me to where I am right now. For starters, I would like to thank the Board of Education and Administration for everything you do and for allowing me to be up here tonight. I would like to especially thank all of our teachers and staff who have helped educate and guide me from kindergarten until today. As a backbone of our district, Winslow's teachers work tirelessly to create inspiring lessons and educational experiences, and I know that their dedication truly helped me prepare for my acceptance into North Carolina State University. Although he hasn't technically coached me in soccer in over 5 years, I would like to thank my coach, Jim Lamena. You have become like a second father to me over the years and have been a large part in shaping me into the person I am today. Now to my actual father. You have been my biggest teacher and supporter throughout my career as a soccer player and as a person. No matter the situation, you're always the first person to have my back every step of the way. I'm happy to say that you are the blueprint for the young gentleman that I've become. Finally, I would like to thank my mom. You already know I had to save you for last because you'd kill me if I didn't talk you about the most. Anyways, thank you for everything you do to me. I truly don't know how you do it. Even after being diagnosed with cancer 2 years ago, you still managed to be up at 5 in the morning to make everybody's lunch, take me and Sarah to the bus stop, go to work, come home to make dinner, just to go back out to volunteer at a school or community event. You are the strongest person I've ever met, and I strive to be like you for my kids in the future. I honestly believe I would not be in the position to be standing up on the stage tonight if I didn't have you as my mother. Thank you all for your time, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Great job, Matt. Thank you, and good luck in everything that you do. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the class of 2021's Valedictorian, Rachel Padermo Ruiz. Rachel will be attending Haverford College and will major in sociology and public health.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us in celebrating the commencement of the Winslow Township High School class of 2021. Tonight, we are here to celebrate after a long year of uncertainty. There is no group more deserving of a celebration than the students before me who persevered to be here tonight, graduating despite all of the changes we experienced during our senior year. Reaching this milestone was no easy feat, but tonight marks 2 new joyous beginnings, life after graduation and life after the pandemic. While this new normal may seem overwhelming, we are prepared to embrace this next chapter of our lives. Change is not a distant concept for us, the generation of reformers. Among us are the first to go to college, those who are the first to challenge the expectation placed upon them, those who are the first to venture into new uncharted opportunities. For us, change is not an unfortunate event, but rather an opportunity for growth and success. When my sister and I first started school, my mother taped English flashcards all over our one-bedroom apartment to help us assimilate faster. We'd go around every night sounding the foreign words to the best of our ability, hoping the pronunciation was correct. Tackling our new normal of living in between two different worlds for the first time is one of my earliest and fondest memories that arose out of necessity of a mixed-status household. Alongside my mother's best efforts to help us adapt to the culture she knew nothing about, I was blessed with the privileges of an American citizen, granting me access to aid my family was unable to receive. Being a first-generation American, I've been given a world of opportunity to pursue my dreams in order to honor the sacrifices and efforts of those I love, who cannot do the same. This is what led me to this stage tonight. It has served as my motivation for the last couple of years. I am incredibly grateful to have such an amazing support system that unconditionally lends me their ears and assistance, no matter how annoying I get. To my incredible teachers, thank you for instilling in me the confidence to explore the world around me, and for helping me receive amazing opportunities for my next 4 years at Haverford. I would also like to thank my friends, who are all way funnier than me, as our Salutatorian showed tonight, for making me laugh until my stomach hurt and making class a little more entertaining. Thank you for cheering me on and being by my side all these years. I extend my gratitude to your families, who have given me rides, fed me, and watched me grow up. Additionally, I'd like to thank a group of individuals who has become like a second family to me. To the Pupangs, Gargans, and Mrs. Tin, I am incredibly grateful for every invitation you've extended to me, for every adventure we've gone on, and for every awkward story of mine you'd have to endure. I love and appreciate you all so much. Now, this speech would mean absolutely nothing to me if those who I want to thank the most had to translate my words in order to understand my gratitude. And so I'd like to take a couple of moments to address my family directly in the language we speak at home. So to my family, a mi familia, gracias por todo su apoyo y amor durante estos últimos 18 años. Estos sueños de un día estar en ese escenario siempre fue un deseo que tuve para ustedes. No hay palabras para decir cuánto estoy orgullosa de ser sus hijas y por todo su apoyo que me han dado durante los últimos 18 años. Tu fe, a mi madre, gracias por creer en el camino que Dios te dio. Tu fe y tu esfuerzo son la razón que hoy yo respiro y hoy estoy parada delante de todos. Gracias por siempre estar a mi lado y enseñarme el valor de la educación. A mi padrastro, gracias por levantarte cada día tan temprano para ir a trabajar horas y horas debajo del sol. Y a mi hermana, gracias por guiarme en el mejor camino para hacer mis sueños realidad y por ser mi más apasionada apoyadora. Ustedes han sido mis más grandes inspiraciones. Cuando me vean volar, recuerdo que ustedes me pintaron las alas. Los amo y los quiero con todo mi corazón. No estaría aquí hoy sin ustedes. To the graduates before me, you are on the very brink of a new world of opportunity. Remember, you are reformers, groundbreakers. Don't ever stray away from change, but instead, welcome it and all the opportunities that await you. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us in the celebration of hard work and determination. This, too, is an opportunity we should not take for granted. Tonight, we were given our health, our family, and our love to celebrate. Thank you, and congratulations to the Winslow Township class of 2021.
Thank you, Rachel. Great job. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Rachel and Matt another big round of applause. As you can already see, the class of 2021 is certainly an accomplished class. On June 2nd, at our Senior Awards program at Winslow Township High School, we recognized over 60 students who received scholarships and awards as a result of academic achievement and on the basis of demonstrated community service and leadership. The class of 2021 collectively has been offered this school year nearly $7 million in college scholarships. Congratulations to the class of 2021 for the scholarships and awards received and for your continual pursuit of excellence. Great job, guys. At this time, I would like to invite graduating seniors Holly Puma and Eugenia Thompson to perform this year's senior class song, For Good.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you,
Because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
and just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share.
And none of it seems to matter anymore.
Like a comet blown from orbit as it passes the
by a
sun,
wind off the
like a stream that meets
like a
boulder
seed dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say
if I've been changed for the better?
I do believe I have been changed for the better.
And because I knew you,
Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good.
Great job, ladies. That was beautiful. Please give another round of applause to Holly and Eugenia. Great job, ladies. Beautiful. And now, at this time, I have the pleasure and honor of introducing today's commencement speaker, Mr. Cortland Bragg. Cortland Bragg is a 3-time Emmy Award-winning producer, director, and internship development coordinator at NFL Films, the filmmaking arm of the National Football League. He has directed, produced, and edited content for shows airing on ESPN, HBO, CBS Sports, the NFL Network, Fox Sports 1, and Amazon Video, to just name a few. In 2020, Cortland was one of the youngest members selected to the Athletics NFL 40 Under 40 list, which recognizes rising stars shaping the direction of the NFL. Aside from producing enterprise stories for NFL fans across the world, he serves as the co-chair for the Black Engagement Network, where he works closely with NFL executives on diversity recruitment, retention, and promotion of minority employees. Cortland is a graduate of Winslow Township High School, class of 2010. And before his journey to the NFL, he played college football at Westchester University, where he graduated with a BA in communications. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome back to Winslow Township High School, Cortland Bragg.
Good evening. First and foremost, I would like to give honor to God. I would also like to thank the Winslow Township High School Board of Education, Mr. Morella, faculty, parents, my parents, friends, and the talented graduates in front of me. And last but not least, my high school sweetheart and wife, Alicia Bragg. Got to get my brownie points, y'all. It's such an honor and privilege to be your commencement speaker, and I would like to take the moment to congratulate the class of 2021. Yeah, y'all can clap. For those who don't know me, my name is Cortland Bragg, and I'm a graduate of Winslow Township High School, class of 2010. I've had some of the same teachers. I walked those same hallways, and even ate cheese pizza in the same cafeteria, just like you. Just 11 years ago, I sat exactly where you are, ready to take on the world, just like you. I pray my story and message will guide you on the next chapter of your life. And today I want to talk to you about trusting your journey. As Mr. Morella read my bio, I can't help but reflect on my journey to this point, and to be standing here today is truly surreal. I've been blessed to travel the world as a storyteller for the NFL. I've been fortunate to interview NFL stars such as Jalen Ramsey, Phillip Rivers, Lamar Jackson, J.J. Watt, just to name a few. I've been to 3 Super Bowls and nearly all 32 NFL stadiums. I've produced hundreds of shows and many documentaries and achieved things beyond my wildest dreams. But what my bio doesn't tell you are the countless struggles I've faced, the failures I've experienced, the rejections that became all too familiar during my journey. I'll never forget my first heartbreak right in that building when I was 16 years old during my senior year. Now, this heartbreak wasn't the result of being in a dating relationship, but the result of not getting something I wanted so bad and I worked so hard for. I'll never forget being recruited to play football at Syracuse University during my senior year. I learned the defensive back coach was in the athletic director's office and wanted to see me. I knew this was my moment. Everything I worked hard for, I was going to get that full scholarship. Remember walking down the hallways, dapping up my friends, telling them it's that time. And I'll never forget that moment when I walked in and I saw the coach with that blue and orange polo. He shook my hand and cut straight to the chase. He said, "Cortland, you're too short to play defensive back here at Syracuse University, and we're going in a different direction. We won't be offering you a scholarship. Instantly, my heart broke. It was my first taste of rejection. Something I couldn't control was preventing me from getting something I wanted so badly. It was then I learned the harsh reality of life, that many things don't come easy, and sometimes you won't always get what your heart desires. It was then I had to learn to trust my journey, trust the journey God had for me. Now, when I say trust your journey, I'm not necessarily saying in the sense of a destination. What I'm saying is along life's journey, you will be confronted with disappointments, setbacks, obstacles, but you must trust what God has for you and persevere until it becomes a reality. Class of 2021, as you embark on the next chapter in your life, I need you to trust your journey, no matter what it looks like, no matter how difficult things will be, always trust your journey. I remember before my NFL career took off, I was a substitute teacher right in that building and at the middle school. Mr. Bragg or Mr. B is what students called me. During that time in my life, I found my purpose for being there. I found my purpose for being a mentor and empowering my students in my class. But I wasn't where I wanted to be. Teaching wasn't my intended career path, but at that time, it was my reality. I remember during my lunch breaks, I would apply for full-time jobs only to be rejected time and time again, bringing me back to that very moment when I was a 16-year-old kid being told no by that college football coach. I remember as a substitute teacher in 2015, flirting with depression, struggling to love myself, struggling to have faith that things will get better. I was experiencing what people say is life and had to learn and believe in my journey, trust in my journey. I've failed so many times. I've been told no by so many companies. I've become numb to rejection. But one thing I've learned is that when life hands you a bunch of no's, all you need is one yes. Class of 2021, one yes can change your life. Life changed for me in 2015. The same year I experienced some of my darkest days was the same year I became the youngest producer hired in NFL films history. That was also the same year I won my first Emmy. I didn't even know what an Emmy was prior to 2015. Class of 2021, as I stand here before you today giving this commencement address, I see doctors, I see lawyers, I see educators, I see game changers, I see entrepreneurs, I see producers, I see writers, I see actresses and actors. I see people who are going to make a mark on this world. So graduates, you may not know the career path you want to take or what your dream is yet. That's okay. When you do figure it out, it may not be a straight path. It may not be easy. Your journey will have setbacks. Your journey will have tough days. Your journey will be challenging. And if you're like me, your journey will take time. But remember, as you forge forward, trust your journey. Invest in yourself, bet on yourself. Stay committed to your dreams and never, ever, ever lose sight of the destination. Keep learning, keep striving, keep aspiring to be the best version of yourself. You have what it takes. Now it's time to make a decision to trust your journey. A decision that will make a difference in your life and move you closer to your destiny. Make a decision to persevere rather than give up. Make a decision to discover your purpose rather than living a life unfulfilled. Make a decision to love and not hate. Make a decision to change the world. Congratulations, class of 2021. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to personally thank Cortland for being here with us today. Cortland is certainly no stranger to Winslow Township High School. He may be at the tippy top right now, but he always finds time to come here to the high school and work with our students. So I'd like to thank you for giving your time and for sharing your story with us tonight. Thank you, Cortland. And now we will sing Lord Bless You and Keep You by the Winslow Township High School Concert Choir. Which will be followed by the presentation of the diplomas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before I present the class, I just want the parents here, particularly those of you whose child may be the last one you have graduating from Winslow Township High School. I understand, but since you will not be receiving my calls anymore, I just want to be able to say, good evening, parents. This is Dr. Poteet calling to let you know this is the last time you will hear from me. Thank you for that warm reception. You're so kind. Ladies and gentlemen, before I present the class, I would be remiss if I didn't share with you a milestone in the history of Winslow Township School District and in this community. I'd like to make a special acknowledgement to Miss Rachel Perdomo Ruiz because she is the first Hispanic student to earn the title of Valedictorian in the history of Winslow Township High School and beyond. So it's fitting that we acknowledge her for her achievements. And ladies and gentlemen, anything you put your mind to can be accomplished. I can't remember a graduation where I cried so much. But with that being said, Mrs. Pitts, President of the Board, members of the Winslow Township Board of Education, and members of Chislehurst Board of Education, the Honorable Barry Wright, Mayor of Winslow Township, the Honorable Jamila Brimmer, Mayor of Chislehurst, elected township officials, administrators, our special guest, of course, Mr. Cortland Bragg, which we are very, very Winslow proud of, Mr. Morella, Principal, Winslow Township High School, staff, parents, and friends. With the authority bestowed upon me by the New Jersey Department of Education and the Winslow Township Board of Education, and by the recommendation of the principal, I hereby certify that the students seated before you this evening have met the graduation requirements of the New Jersey Department of Education, as well as the requirements of the Winslow Township School District. Madam President, I now request that you and the members of the Board of Education present diplomas to the class of 2021. Thank you.
Sunny Pupang. Rachel Perdomo Ruiz. Matthew Simmons. Tori Brooks. Chevelle Higgs. Shukura Alamide Adeoye.
Tyann Bessix.
Ryan Bowie.
Samantha Sarah Conte.
Diamond Taylor Draft.
Tamira Henderson.
Anaya Urice Langhorn.
Kimmy Martins.
Nia Yvette Todd.
Christine Amalia Valora.
Bahia Epps.
Caitlin Dominique Abion.
Camille Lisbeth Abreu Capellan.
You ready, Courage? You ready? Courage Achu.
Joshua Aquaviva.
Kasim Ames.
Omar Aguirre.
Tyre Adams. Here we go.
Stacy Ajala.
Samuel Oleyeme Akambe.
Justin Albert.
Destiny Alexander.
Gavin David Anderson.
Holly Okosia Umpoma.
Caitlin Anthony.
Kendall Amanda Andrews.
Montserrat Atenco Sanchez.
David Arce.
John Belair.
Shane Austin.
Elizabeth Catherine Bartley.
Anastasia Elise Banks.
Atube Bassi.
Alaj Aziz Bamba.
Nair Boyd.
Kendall Satine Barnes.
Jordan Briggs.
Jeremy Baskis.
Jaden Brown.
Stephen Bechtel.
Zaire Roberts Burse.
Aminata Aaliyah Barate.
Giselle Comparasso.
Bianca Layla Bracy.
Corey Carey.
Anwar Bright II.
Edward Corelli.
Ian Brown.
Nicholas Corelli.
Yanan Bryant.
Jocelyn Chandler.
Samantha Cable.
Jaden Clotty.
Sophia Capri.
Monet Brielle Collier.
Lindsay Castaneda.
Carson Collins.
Janky Cisse.
Zanae Copeland.
Cameron Coleman.
Haley Cox.
Thank you, Ezekiel Pulapati.
Abigail Cross.
Alina Collins.
Tamir Davis.
Jalen Cheek.
Tatiana Edwards.
Tanaya Cologne.
Emo Ekweri.
Kayliani Cosme.
Jalen Foley.
Amaya Janine Cruz.
Keon Gibson.
Here we go. You ready? Jamel Davis Jr.
Tanasia Goldsboro.
Talia Dickerson.
Philip Mathis.
Ready? All right. Denasia Downs.
Tyler Roberts.
Justin Drawdy. Thank you, Nadir.
Destiny Grant.
My fault. My bad. Nadir Jameson.
Melissa Greenberry.
Brian Esquivel.
Jeremiah Gregor.
Chimdi Ekwem.
Nina Grillo.
Amari Fleming Powell.
Princess Hayes.
Damian Gerald.
Brandon Alexander Hemens.
Tashana Garrett.
Samantha Heaster.
Eric Blaine Gibson.
Terrence Hiller.
Alyssa Goldsboro.
Destiny Horn.
Christopher Gonzalez.
D'Angel Charmaine Hutchinson.
Brandon Green.
Naya Gaskins.
Hunter Gould.
Logan Njemi.
Chloe Monet Griffin.
Anissa Johnson Autry.
Kiera Hall.
Natalie Johnson.
Brianna Shawnese Harity.
Macy Jones.
Corey Hayward.
Naya Victoria Livingston.
Jaden Hill.
Juwan Long.
Jashawn Holland.
Kwamel Keys.
Natira Howard.
Isaiah Lozano.
Jolene Iacono.
Samantha Carly Maglio.
Olivia Jameson.
Ronnie McCoy.
Amelia Juarez.
Nakeem McLean.
Daniel Malachi Johnson.
Mariah Meyer.
Siani Marie Jones.
Josiah Moore.
Nicole Lovell.
Israel Antonio Miller Jr.
Kyle Lucas.
Eliana Rose Morgan.
Diamond Mans.
Nicholas Morton.
Michael McClinian.
Hamza Muhammad. Are you sure?
Amani McCray.
Zaire Nadar.
Sanai Meredith.
Jermaine Nelson.
Diavion Miller.
Vanessa NG.
Kenroy Mills.
Okeke Jennifer.
Tyler Hazel Moore.
Brooke Panapinto.
Shamir Maureen.
Haiti Payano.
Antoinette Mose.
Diera Moloch Phillip.
Tiffany Nani.
Tyron Pointer.
Hanifa Neal.
Kaylee Nicole Marie Poe.
Kyle Newman.
Brock Price.
Rydell Com.
Sky Sine Raymond.
Julian Antonio Ortiz Perez.
Eric Robinson.
Ariel Pearson.
Kiera Robinson.
Aubrey Pope.
Jelena Lynn Rose.
Ruben Presley.
Ruben Rivera.
Jack Rhodes.
Gabriela Leonor Sabando.
Gina Rizzo.
Rafael Sanchez.
Everett Robertson.
Jaden Scott.
Peyton Rouse.
Eric June Seabury.
Ezekiel Sab.
Sydney Kiana Cephas.
Luis Santiago.
Salif Cisse.
Lanisha Joy Scott.
Deanna Shihadi.
Sebastian Segura.
Morgan Grace Sims.
Ludia Servadu.
Brielle Skillings.
Jade Sue Trinity Silva.
Tiffany Sierra Stringfield.
Nicholas Sin.
Jackson St. Louis.
Isaiah Smith Strout.
Kai Sintil.
Brenny Centil.
Tori Temple.
Israel Tashman. You sure?
Eugenia Clarita Thompson.
Ed Theophile.
Shemaiah Janai Tillman.
Solomon Lopaka Thompson.
Ian Twaddell.
Amani Lynn Torre.
Miles Tull.
Nathaniel Ramcharan.
Samuel Tull.
Bailey Vogel.
Marquise Valme.
Tamaya Ward.
Sydney Danielle Warren.
Gianni Washington.
Brianna Jaleesa Waterville.
Jovan Watson.
Sherrod Wheeler.
Malaysia Dior Y.
Honesty Yakira Wiggins.
Anaya Nicole Williams.
Christopher John Williams.
Deanna Wood.
Yasir Williams.
Olivia Michelle Wright.
Munawar Yassin.
Naeem Brown.
Quadir Dale.
Alex Cosme.
Alan Woods.
Kendrick Hall.
Jalen Williams.
Tyshawn Mitchell.
Wesley Smart.
Giovanna Sanchez.
Amia Green.
Deshaun Scudder. Jaheim McNair.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, please give another big round of applause for the class of 2021. And now, we will have the singing of the Winslow Township High School alma mater performed by the Winslow Township High School Concert Choir. At this time, will the class of 2021 please stand?
Sing praise to Winslow High School, we fly our banner high. The green and white of glory in our hearts will never die. Sing praise to our alma mater, with song the halls do ring. The gift of knowledge given through the strength of eagle's wings. Throughout our lives we'll remember
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to invite Tori Brooks, the senior class president, to the microphone for a special presentation and closing remarks. Tori Brooks, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening. Before I begin, I would just like to thank a very exceptional woman, a woman who has never failed to have an open ear to the issues of the students, a woman who has dedicated her life to serving the community, serving on our board for most of our school careers. She is a courageous woman who has served on our board for 16 years and has been our president for 7 years. On behalf of the class of 2021, we sincerely thank you, Ms. Cheryl Pitts.
Everybody up here, go ahead. Mr. Morella, my speech. Oh, okay. Good evening, Dr. Poteet, board members, Winslow Township High School administration, teachers, parents, and fellow graduates. First, I would like to say congratulations to the class of 2021 graduates. We've made it through a rough year, but today is the day that we finally embark on a whole new adventure. I am Tori Brooks, senior class president. During my high school career, I served as a member of Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Future Business Leaders of America, National Honor Society, International Thespian Society, the Winslow Township Color Guard, and student government, serving as class treasurer, vice president, and now class president. Each of these associations have helped me grow and mature as a student, a leader, a Christian, and a proud member of the Winslow Township community. Throughout my 4 years here, I have maintained honor roll status and will be continuing my education in the fall at Morgan State University, majoring in biology as I plan to pursue a career in the medical field. When thinking about my journey thus far through life, I'm amazed at how many things have shaped into the beautiful moments that we are in now. I never thought I would have the courage to lead my class, to stand before my friends and earn your respect and confidence that I will represent you, each of you, effectively. I am grateful for my personal growth and the growth that we have made as a class. I am really proud of us. I've had the pleasure of learning with such talented individuals, and when I look at our class, I am amazed at the younger people I first met in 6th grade. They have grown into this group of aspiring leaders, change makers, scientists, professionals, business owners, athletes, and more.
Look around, guys. You're sitting amongst greatness. I have so much faith in our ability to make a difference in this world that I can hardly wait to get the tea on each of you. I think about my mom and dad and how proud they are of me, and I'm just getting started. I know your parents feel the same. Let's not let them down. To my mother and father, I thank you for your unconditional love and support. Without you there to mold me, I would never be the young woman standing before you today. To my siblings, Jasmine, Dana, Darren, thank you for always standing by my side and remembering me, reminding me who I am and what I'm capable of. To my best friend, Gianni, thank you for always being there and bringing a smile to my face. Hold on, y'all, I gotta pull it together. I would like to thank the illustrious teachers who have molded me along the way. Ms. Bracy, I will miss hearing your voice in the hallway, screaming. And I will always cherish your constant pep talks. You make me smile whenever I hear your voice. To Ms. Mullen, I will cherish all of you. All you have done for me, you have made an impact in my life, and I appreciate it. I hope all your teachers have influenced you all. And I commend you all for surviving the last 17 months. It hasn't been easy. The past year and a half have been challenged with obstacles at every turn. I find that it is more appropriate to say that we are prepared to handle adversity. We've lived through the unimaginable, and it has only made us stronger, more conscious of the world's problems, and more appreciative for things and people we took for granted. The pandemic has completely confounded the world. The events that occurred over the last 17 months are unfathomable. From our perspective, we've had to sacrifice countless events that we've looked forward to as seniors, such as Spirit Week, Senior Trip, and just the joys of driving to school every day. We sacrificed what was supposed to be the best year of our lives thus far, for the safety of others and ourselves. We've adapted to learning face-to-face to virtually in our pajamas. We've adapted to the constant instability and wonder of what will happen next. We struggled to find motivation to finish what we started. We've battled with mental health, witnessed social injustice, endured separation from those we love, and we lost family and friends unexpectedly. Our year to celebrate was suddenly ripped away, and yet we made it here today. Throughout our years of high school, we've been showered with advice to prepare us for this moment. I know we've all heard a billion times, enter with a purpose, exit with a plan. Each and every one of us today has a purpose to fulfill. Whether you know how to get there or not, your purpose is yours to claim. That advice rings clear today as we embark upon new journeys in our lives. And it's more important than ever to remember to create your plan, develop a purpose and passion, and then execute your plans with a purpose. I cannot be more proud of this class. I'm proud of the Winslow Township High School's first Hispanic valedictorian. I am proud of the young Black woman attending Johns Hopkins University, Ms. Diamond Draft. I am proud of our elite and scholarly athletes who have worked hard in the classroom and in their sport has earned them scholarships. I am proud of each and every individual who's graduating today because I know what it took to get here. You all should be proud of yourselves. We completed the first major accomplishment in our lives. There is no limit to what God has in store for us. Don't limit yourselves, and don't let others limit you. Let's go into the world and discover the many gifts and talents we didn't even know we possess. Congratulations, Winslow Township Class of 2021. All right, y'all, it's about that time. Please stand up. Place your right hand on your tassel. You may now move it to the left. We did it!
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Winslow Township High School family, the Winslow Township School District Central Administration, and the Winslow Township Board of Education, congratulations to all the graduates. Congratulations to all the family members and friends. Thank you to all the friends and families who supported this evening's commencement ceremony. At this time, I would ask that all of our dignitaries and stage guests please begin their exit and lead our graduates off the field for one last time. Our program will now conclude with the recessional. We ask all parents and family members to remain seated.